What's up, YouTubers? I am here with
Reed.
And we're going to be working on understanding of a whole and how numbers relate to the whole today, right?
Yes.
So, Reed, in front of you, it says if this big old cube represents one whole, then on this board, you're going to use your marker and your eraser to tell me what other pieces mean, okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that is one, then, nope, I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to give you...
Take it apart.
Well, hold on. You don't have to do that just yet. You might have to do that for one later. If that's one, then what number does that represent?
That's 2,000.
But this is one.
Oh. So, this is 1,000 block.
Is it? But I'm saying it's one whole.
Oh, so these are two holes then.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so if that's two holes, go ahead and write 2 underneath those blocks for me.
Okay. Can I just put like 1 and 1?
You could. And then together, what would that give me on the bottom? 2 holes, right?
holes.
Okay, what would this be?
3 holes?
Yeah, okay. So I told you I'm just getting you warmed up, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, erase those. Erase those. I'm going to change it to a different block, okay?
Okay.
Remember, this is one.
1 hole.
Okay? So, what's this then?
100.
Okay. Isn't 100 more than 1?
Yes.
Is that block more than the 1 block?
As in this one?
This is 1 hole, right?
Oh.
Is this bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
So would that make sense that it would be 100?
Yes.
Is 100 smaller than 1 hole?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
$100 is smaller than 1 hole. Or are you thinking 100th?
100.
100th?
Doing a lesson with that.
Okay, so how many of these blocks would make this block?
No, 9. No, 10 of these.
You want to split it up and just make sure?
You can do 10 because that's 1,000. So 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10.
So 10 of this size piece makes the whole, right?
Yes.
So this must be 1 piece out of...
A whole.
Out of how many pieces that make the whole?
Of 9. Of 10.
So how do
100 out of 10.
But you said it's 1 piece out of 10 pieces. How can I write that as a number? 1 out of 10.
So we could do...
How do I say that?
1/10.
1/10. Can you put it up and down just for the viewers that don't know how to do fractions sideways yet?
So you want me to write it upside down?
Like 1 as your numerator? No, you don't have to write it upside down. Just see how your 1 is next to your 10? Just put your 1 over your 10. And that's, what fraction is that?
1/10.
How do I write that as a decimal?
Wait, no, there's only 1 over here in that. So
Take your time.
there's...
How else could you write 1/10 as a decimal? Because you're pretty good at writing a bunch of different ways. Yep, how else could you do it? How do you know that all of those are 1/10?
Because it's in the 10
Because what is?
place.
Because what's in the 10th place?
The 1.
The 1? Okay. All right, good work. Erase. Let me give you another one. All right, so this is still 1 whole. Okay, Reed? So now I want to know what number would represent these pieces then.
3/10.
Okay, can you show me? Both ways? Nice. Give me some other decimals.
And it's still, the 3 is still in the tens.
Right. So as long as the 3 is in the tenths place, then it's 3/10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Let's try another one. Erase. How about, what's the value of that piece?
100.
How do you know?
Because one of these, out of all of this, out of 100, so 1 out of 100, and we say 100th.
So show me where 100 of those pieces would be on the whole.
Like, am I allowed to write on this?
Yeah, you can.
So like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it's in rows, right?
Yes, 5.
So you said there's 100 of this size piece in that whole thing, or just on that top layer?
On the top layer.
Okay, so then when I'm writing that as a number, am I relating it just to the top layer, or do I need to relate it to one whole?
Relate it to one whole.
So if there's 100 of that size piece on the top layer, how many of that size piece make one whole? If you need to break it up to think about it, you can. You want to break it up in layers?
Sure.
So there's 100 on the top floor, right?
There's 1,000 in all.
1,000, because how many hundreds?
There's 10.
10 hundreds, and that makes 1,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if 1,000 of this size piece makes one whole, then what number can we use to represent that piece? Would it be greater than 1 or less than 1?
Greater than 1.
Look at the size of this piece.
Oh, wait, less than 1.
Okay, so it would probably be a fraction or a decimal, right?
Probably a decimal.
Okay, so it's, how do you want to think about that? That's, what are you thinking?
So we put the 1 right there.
Why?
Because it's 100.
Of
And
the
to
whole?
do that,
Is it 100th of the whole? Or 100th of the top floor?
100 of the top floor.
So how many of it makes the whole, though?
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that
so
is,
this will be in the thousands place.
yes. So,
Oh, not 1.
okay.
If you're wondering how to do this, you can just do divide by 10.
Each place we were working on that today in group,
Yes.
weren't we? Okay, how do I write 1,000th as a fraction, just so I can see?
Let me get this out the way. So as a fraction.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So this piece represents 1,000th of the whole. You agree?
Yes.
Okay, so erase that. I got another one for you. Okay, so now write me a number for this, if this piece is one whole. And remember, read, if you knew this one, what's this?
100.
One what?
1 out of 1,000.
If you know that's 1,000th, then what is this one? 1,000th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that say 1,000th?
Oh, no. No, it does.
No, you need your numerator of 1 for it to say 1,000th, or you need to write it as a decimal with the 1 in the thousandths place, right?
For me to do it a decimal?
It's whatever you want to do.
I'm just going to do decimal. It's
If
easy.
you like decimal, you could do decimal. So that's 1,000th, right? Plus, what is this piece worth?
Another.
Another 1,000th. Okay,
And another and another.
so show me.
Divider lines. I'm gonna write it over there.
Okay, So if this is 1,000th, and this is 1,000th, and this is 1,000th, and that is 1,000th, then what is it together?
4,000.
4,000ths. How would you write 4,000ths as a decimal? Excellent. How could you write it as a fraction? Beautiful. All right, Reed. Look, y'all see these moves? Go ahead. Go, Reed. Go. Go, Reed. Go. 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 Tick tock. Tick tock. All right, sweet. Erase.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you another one. Y'all didn't know Reed has skills like that.
Do I?
Gotta have skills. All right, this one's a little tricky, okay? So take your time to think about it, okay?
Okay.
So remember, this is still one whole, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So now, what would be the value of this piece?
1/10.
How do you know?
Because it's one strip of 10.
But you got to think about how does this relate to the whole, right? Is it 1/10? Is it 1/10 of the whole, or is it 1/10 of a floor?
1/10 of a 4.
So then, if 10 of them make one floor, how many of those make the whole big cube?
10.
But in the whole entire cube.
1,000.
So
Like 1, 2.
there's 10 on this layer, right?
And there's 10 on this.
So it's 10 and 10.
20.
Keep going all the way down. 10, 20. And on the third layer, that would give me...
Wait, I got it wrong. $100.
100.
There's 10 to be Pacific.
There's 10 on the floor, and then it would be 10 groups of 10, which would make 100, right? So if 100 of this size piece makes one whole, then is this piece 1/10? Or would it be 1 out of...
1 out of 10?
How many make the
I
whole?
already said 10.
How many make the whole? You're doing great. Remember, 10 make one floor, right? You can break it up if it makes it easier for you to break it up and see it, Reed.
So 10 of these would be almost the whole thing.
Would be one level, right? So break off the top level. So you can even write a 10 on there if you want. 10 of them would fit on that, right? And then 10 of them would fit on this. And then here, I'll move this up. So keep going. See how many of this size piece would make the whole entire thing. Go, boy, go.
Where's the marker? Oh.
All right, so if there's 10 here, 10 of these can fit
10,
here.
20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. There's 100.
Okay, so that means this piece is 1 out of
100.
that make the whole, right?
So 1 out of...
Good. How do you say that?
1 out of 100. 100.
So 1
100.
100th. How do you write that as a decimal?
Oh my gosh. Like that.
How do you know that that's 100th as a decimal?
Wait. It's wrong.
It's wrong. Make sure
This
you're...
is the thousands place.
Oh, that would have been
The
1,000?
1 would go here.
Why? How do you know for sure that the 1 would go there?
Because what I said in the beginning, you could do divide by 10.
And what place is that 1 in now?
The 100.
That's the 100th place, so that means 100th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, erase this board. I'm going to give you another one.
through all of these.
You can put your one hole back together if you want, or you can leave it like that. Whatever's easier for you.
I'll just stack them.
Okay. Alright, so if that's still the one hole, what number would represent this amount of the hole?
Well, I already memorized it.
Okay, well tell me what you're thinking.
So there's 6 of these.
6 of those. What are
6
those?
of these. Tens.
Are they? What'd you just tell me?
Tenths. And no,
So,
hundreds.
So slow up if you want to remember. How much was one of them? This was one.
So I remember it like this. The one was right here.
So this was
100.
Okay, so if that's 100th, you can use that to help you figure out those. So how many hundredths do you have there? Excellent. How do you say that?
You want me to make it a...
You know I do. Awesome.
600.
Excellent. Boy! Get it. All right, I'm going to try to give you one last super hard one, okay?
Okay. Usually there's other people asking for more. I'm going to do hard ones. I'm like, no.
Well, you just tell me when your brain starts hurting really bad. You know, I might save the super hard one for later, but I might try to trick you, okay?
Okay.
You want to know what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to change the size of your hole. Are you ready?
Yes.
So now this is one hole. Nope, not those anymore. Now this is one hole. Is this still going to be 100th?
Yes. It's just in a different size.
Is 100th of this going to be the same as 100th of this?
I mean, these are the same,
but
they're not stacked on top of each other.
Right. So I had 10 of them, and now I only got one of them, right? So think about it like this. If I gave you half of a king size candy bar, is that the same as having half of the fun size candy bar?
Yes.
It is?
No.
No. If you're hungry, do you want half of the king size one or half of the fun size one?
Half of the fun size one?
If you're hungry?
Oh yeah,
You want half of the king size
one,
right? So when I change the size of the hole, that's going to change the value of that piece, isn't it?
Yes.
So you still have to think about how many of that size piece makes the hole to figure out what number would represent it, right? So if this is one hole, then what number is represented by this block? Now this piece has to be what? And write it as a fraction for me too.
Yes.
Good. So if this is one whole, this piece has to represent what, Reed?
1/10.
How do you know?
Because it's a strip of 10, and...
Does it matter that it's a strip of 10?
No.
Tell me, what do you know?
It's 10. It's 10.
Do the 10 pieces inside of this matter, or does it matter that this fits into this?
This fits into this.
How many times?
10 times.
10 times. So this is 1 out of 10 parts that make the whole, or 1/10, right? All right, erase. All right. So this is one whole. So what's this? Oh, he went the fraction first, friends. That's what I do. How else could you write that as a decimal? What are the other ways it could look? Get it. Okay, so you're getting good at this now. All right, erase that. All right, I'm gonna try to trick you, okay, Reed?
Okay.
If this is if this is one whole, what is this?
A 1.
But this is one.
A 1/1? That doesn't even make sense.
Just take your time to think. Is it going to be less than 1 or more than 1? Look at the size of the piece.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember what we did earlier about.
All you have to do is look, Reed. Look. Look at this size piece and look at this size piece. And if you can think how they connect to each other, it will help you figure it out. What do you notice? There you go.
Oh, it's 100.
There you go. So the models are there so you can look at it and then you can think mathematically about it. It will help you because you can see it because you're a very visual learner, right? You're really good with visuals.
Thank you.
Good.
Oh, do you know how to do it another way? Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Reed.
Because I know you're about to say that.
You know, because if I don't do it, then don't you guys always just think it's just one way?
Yes.
Now look, is this way the same as that? Is that the same? Your one is in the...
Tens place.
Is that the same as this one in the... Where should it be? Where should the one be?
Oh, wait, it should be right here.
Where should the one be? That's one whole. I think you had it right, and then on your second ones you started getting mixed up.
Wait, so...
Yep, because the one is in the hundredths place, right? So it's those ones that you would want to fix. Because this would be one what?
One...
What place is it in?
Oh, the, I don't know what it's called. The ones place or something.
This is the one whole. So divide 1 by 10 would be tenths, right?
Mm-hmm.
There. So now that's 1/100th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So last one before the super hard one. Erase. Quick, 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 quick. Erase, erase, erase. What would that represent?
Just did this one, but you just added two
It's okay.
more.
So use what you did, right? Use what you know about one piece. What do you know about one piece?
It's actually I'll just write it.
That helps me. You know, one piece was what?
It was 1/10.
Was
100.
Yep. So two pieces.
That was an example one. Put an E there.
For your example.
The most weirdest E ever.
It looks like an E to me. You're good. So how many? If this is 100th, is this also 100th, Reed?
Yes, boom.
And is this also 100th?
Yes.
So how many hundredths would that be?
300.
300ths. Excellent. All right, last one before super challenge.
Oh no.
Now I'm going to say this piece is one whole. Okay. So if that piece is one whole, what does that represent now? Wouldn't this one be one whole? That's one.
I
in
keep
the
on
list.
forgetting.
No, you're just, I'm giving you hard ones. That's why you're making little mistakes, because I'm giving you hard ones. You're doing great.
Oh wait. Right here.
What is that?
That's a 1,000.
Does 1,000 of these make this?
Yeah.
Are you looking?
No, 10.
Okay.
So wait, it would go right here.
So this would be what? Good. What would it be?
1/10.
Good. Write it as a fraction for me too.
And write it. How much? Give me 2 more ways. So you
Go
can do
ahead, Reed.
decimal.
Go ahead, Reed. Because I can never just be easy on you, can I?
Ow.
So
no.
what did you learn about when you're writing fractions and decimals? What's really important for you to remember when you're thinking about what fraction or decimal is represented by a model?
It's to.
What do you really have to look at to help you figure it out?
The whole.
What the whole is, because depending on the size of the whole, it's going to be a different value, right?
Mhm.
If 10 pieces make the whole, then each piece is going to represent one
Whole. Or 1/10.
1/10 of the whole, right? If 100 pieces make the whole, then each piece is one. What?
I say it again.
If 100 pieces make the whole, then each piece would be one.
1/10.
I thought if 10 pieces make the whole, it's 1/10.
Mhm.
But like on this one, so say 100 of these make this, right?
Mhm.
So on this one, this is 1/10 of this whole, right?
Mhm.
Would this piece be 1/10 of this whole?
Yes. No.
No, it would be one what?
This one's just littler. So the most biggest one is gonna be the big one. It doesn't even make sense.
Well, you agreed this would be 1/10 of this whole, right?
Mhm.
But if my whole was this would be what?
100.
Yes, and if my whole is, I don't know how to put them back together. So then if my whole, let me go back because I might have to edit over that. So if my whole was this, then this is 1/10.
Oh, 1/10.
Good. And then if my whole was, if my whole, it's okay. If my whole was this, then this piece would be what?
1,000. 100.
Yes. And if my whole was this guy, then this would be
1,000.
1,000. So the size
That's
of
the biggest one.
right, you have to always consider what the size of your hole is, right?
Mhm.
You ready for your final challenge?
Yes.
Okay.
My phone
Okay.
is blowing.
Here's your super challenge, right? Ready? No, I gotta make it even more of a super challenge. This is included too, okay? So this is one hole, right, Reed? And you know that's gonna be really important, right?
Mhm.
So if this is one hole, I wanna know what's all this. Let me know if you need a hint, okay?
I think we need a bigger whiteboard.
No, we don't. You totally got this. Put your decimal place values up there. You're going to be surprised at how easy this is.
I'm just gonna like spread this out.
Here,
You
put
have
them
to
up
write on
here.
the table. Oh yeah.
This table doesn't erase as well. Use this.
Oh.
Put your decimal place values. Watch how you're going to be like, oh, I bet you'll have a light bulb moment. Put them nice and big. You're not going to need that much space. Trust me. Okay. Now, put that decimal bigger so we don't get confused. All right, remember this is one hole, right, Reed?
Mhm.
So you told me if this is one hole, look here, what's this going to be?
Hold on. This one would be one hole.
So where would that go here?
I just did the ones.
Okay. But are those ones if this is one hole?
No.
These are what?
3 1.
Each of these is
100. 1,000.
Okay, so that would be 3 thousandths?
Mhm.
So where would that 3 go in that decimal? There you go. Now what would these be? Each is one what? Of the whole.
Hundreds of the
So
whole.
then how many do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 hundredths. So where would that go? You don't have to write it. Put it in here. Where's the hundredths? No, don't take that out. Don't take that
I
out.
don't know what to do this.
Because it's still there.
So
Where's
just
the
like do it
hundredths?
under
Where's the hundredths?
right here.
So can you just make that a 4? Doesn't this mean 4 hundredths and 3 thousandths, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Okay. Now what are these in relation to the whole? Each of them is 1.
10th.
And how many do you have?
2.
2.
This is, and then this is 1. Bingo, what's his name? Oh, I'm out. Bye.
How do you say it as a decimal?
1.200.
1
1 and 243.
243 what? You would read it by that last place value, 243 thousandths. Because here's 1, and isn't this 243 of these little thousandths pieces?
243 out of 1.
Here's 1 whole, right?
Mhm.
This is 1,000th, right? And you see how it says 243, but it ends in the thousandths? Isn't there 100 thousandths in here? 100,
Yes.
and then another 100. Inside of your 2/10, aren't there 100 plus 100, which would be 200 thousandths?
Yes.
So 200, and inside of these hundredths, there's 10 thousandths in each one. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 243. So 1 and 243 thousandths.
Oh.
You see?
243.
How would you write that as a fraction? 1 and 243 thousandths.
Ooh. Did you do it like that?
Well, you need your 1 is your whole, so where would a whole number go?
At the bottom.
At the bottom. No, that's how many parts make your whole. It would be like a mixed number, wouldn't it? Put a big 1 in the front because you have 1 whole. And then 243 thousandths.
And put 1,000.
Yeah. That's how you would write that, as a mixed number. Booyah! Bingo wasn't Nemo. Now, so give me some deuces.
What's a deuces?
Like, peace. You got to sign us off in your read way.
Nice.
Sign us off. All right. Say see you later. Subscribe below.
See you later. Subscribe to below too. I don't know what her channel name is.
Crazy math. Hashtag crazy math.
Crazy math. Bye.
Bye.